Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jay Jones over the Two Penny Podcast, and I just want to take a minute and let you know that if you are new to the podcasting world, and that may be you haven't even started your show yet, or you have started it, or maybe you just have an idea that you would like to get into production, well, I highly recommend checking out the folks over at Unfiltered Studios. And you can find them at unfpod.com. And, whether it be you need help with audio, video, equipment, distribution, graphic design, anything and everything that comes to podcasting, you can reach out to the guys at Unfiltered Studios and they'll be willing to help. And that's at absolutely no charge to you. 100% free. It's very easy and it's very good. They have tons of experience and very responsive. When I first started out, they helped me a great deal, and I'm very appreciative. And head on over to unfpod.com and check out the Unfiltered Studios and start your show today. They'll find a way to help you out. I promise you that. So yeah, we'll see you soon. And don't forget, check out my podcast, The Two Penny, each and every Friday. All right, we'll be seeing you. Best of luck. Bye. Yeah, that was all me with help of the Unfiltered Studios. All right, see ya.
Podcasting from the heart of Jacksonville, Florida. It's Keb Unfiltered. A podcast about truth, justice, and what's going to offend the maximum amount of people with the minimum amount of effort. You know, the American way.
That's the American way.
Parental discretion is heavily advised. Your parents might learn something. Now, here's your host, the Keb.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the show. Thank you for tuning in and thanks for coming along for the ride with me. Hey, listen, I had a guest all lined up for this week, and it was a really good one. It was a gentleman that is running for president of the United States of America. And we were going to have a semi-serious conversation about him running for president of the United States of America. But certain circumstances have come up, life comes up, and he's had to reschedule. But we are going to bring you the gentleman who is running for president of the United States of America as soon as we possibly can. However, what I've been known to do is I've been known to go to the depths and into the shadows and find some people that want to come and have a nonsensical conversation with me. And that's what we got for you this week, is some fucking nonsense. And we haven't had one of those episodes in a while. So we're excited that we could bring this to you this week. It's kind of, a going back to the basics for me. And I'm excited to talk to this gentleman. We've tried to do this for quite some time. My guest this week is kind of a urban legend, if you will. Kind of don't really know if you've been in the North Florida area for any given time, way back in the day in the 80s. And yes, I'm dating myself. There was a gentleman on the radio named the Grease Man, and no one really knew who he was. And that was kind of the fucking point. But he was very controversial, very funny. Well, in the essence of the Grease Man from the 80s, we want to welcome to the Keb Unfiltered show, the Lube Man. How you doing tonight, Lube Man?
I think if it was any better, it would be illegal.
So I gotta ask you, where'd you get the name from?
Well, everybody asks that, and that's not the first question. The first question is, "Hey man, you got any KY jelly?"
Nice.
It's
Do you?
Well, no, not right now.
Okay.
No, thank you. Me and the wife use Vaseline.
Do you
It
find
works.
Do you find Vaseline is better than KY?
It's slipperier. So when the kids, we put it on the doorknob so the kids can't come in while we're having sex.
Gotcha. Yeah, I hear like a water-based lube is way better than like a silicone-based lube. That's what I hear.
Well,
So I've heard.
it reminds me of a good joke about a guy using Vaseline to make hair grow, but that's another story. Anyway, the Lube Man came back in my days of selling.
Okay.
I was a licensed tribologist, which it's too big of a word for me to spell, but basically, I'm a professional in lubrication, industrial lubrication, oils,
Gotcha.
greases, that kind of stuff. So, in everything I do, when I get immersed in a job, I usually get my license plate to identify that. So you guys have seen me around Jacksonville driving around. You have seen my license plate, as I see you guys stopping and taking pictures of my car all the time. I am the Lube Man.
Okay. And we're sticking with that name. We're good with that.
Oh, it's a slippery slope, but yes, we're gonna stick with it.
Okay.
No pun intended there.
I've got back in the Unfiltered podcast days, I used to do this thing called Mystery Guest. And basically what it was it was 10 questions of a ridiculous nature. There's no rhyme or reason to them. They are meant for somebody who is listening to this program to go, what the fuck am I listening to? Okay. That's what they're meant to do. There's no order to them. They are total random. And for those who listened to Kevin Filtered the first time before it was the podcast, they might remember a couple of these, but those episodes are lost. They're not published anywhere else. So that's 4 years ago. So I'm excited to ask these questions again to kind of pull them out of the vault. But do you have anything before we get started with this? Do you have anything that you want to tell the people about the Lube Man? Like can they see you around other than the license plate on your car?
Well, I do travel all over North Florida, so I have seen a lot. But what I want people to know most about me is that you can't take any. Let me say how my wife introduces me.
Okay.
Is don't believe a word he says, and he cheats at cards. So you don't have to believe a word I say. It's fine.
I do want to tell the Lube Man, he is a fellow Atlanta Braves fan of the 2021 World Series champion Atlanta Braves.
I'm chopping right now, baby. I'm chopping.
And we always like to have a fellow Braves fan on there. Believe he is a Georgia Bulldog fan as well.
That's exactly right.
And perhaps a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Born and raised by the grace of God. Go Steelers.
Nice. What part of Pennsylvania?
That I'm from?
Yeah.
I'm not from Pennsylvania at all, man. I'll tell you, the history is I grew up with my mother on the old TV. They had 3 channels. I just dated myself.
Right. Yeah.
And with the ears. And every time Mel Blount got an interception, if you know who Mel Blount is, number 47,
right.
Hall of Famer. And she was in love with him, man. And every time he got an interception, my mom was on all fours and she was kissing his bald head. Mel, I love you. Mel, I love you. So, I mean, I just been a mama's boy, so I grew up a Steelers fan.
There were a couple of people tonight when our scheduled guest bowed out. There's a couple of people that I texted, you being one of them. But one of them said, I said, hey, I got somebody. And, this podcast is a member of a network of a bunch of different podcasts. So when we have something that goes down, we kind of communicate with each other, see if anybody can help. And that was my first text. And one of them comes back and says, was asking me questions. Hey, what time are you going on? Stuff like that. And I said, hey, I got somebody. And they said, who? And I said, to tune in tomorrow to find out.
That's right.
and they were like,
it ain't you.
Yeah. They were like, well done. and that's a shout out to my boy Beebs out there. So he was helping me get somebody on, and
I ain't talked to the Beebs in a
appreciate it.
while. How's he doing?
He's doing well. He's doing well. He's got his own podcast now. It's called Finding Your Way, and it's all about encouragement, practical talk. It's a really good listen. You should go out. It's a Finding Your Way. It's a member of the Unfiltered Studios podcast network. So you ready to get into these? What's up?
You might convert me though. Should I listen to that? I might.
It's there's no conversion there.
Okay.
It's practical talk. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Beebs is a religious guy, but he's that reminds me to ask you a question here a second. But it doesn't get preachy. It doesn't get any of that. It's just encouraging practical talk. He tells stories, things of that nature. So it's a really, really, really good podcast.
I'll listen to it.
So let me ask you this, because I know you're Catholic, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I've been known to give the Catholics some shit.
Oh, well, what's his name? That's that was on with you guys earlier. I loved it. I would almost crash my car laughing listening to you guys pick on it.
So
I mean, one thing people don't understand this day and age. Okay, this is called comedy.
Right.
Okay, we're not trying to offend anybody or hurt anybody, but when something is funny, it's freaking funny.
Sure.
And it's as simple as that, man. So I mean, I use it all myself. So go for it. Go for it.
Sure. So we're in the Lent season now.
Absolutely.
Okay. My favorite part of the Lent/Easter season is that I can get these things called Starburst jelly beans. But and I'm not Catholic, but we went out to dinner Friday night and we're kind of looking around and we're like, there's not really many people around here. And then soon to be world famous wife's like, hey, it's Lent. It's the first Friday. They're all at Red Lobster eating fish. And so the gentleman that you mentioned, St. Joe, he's got his own podcast now called Nailed It. It's part of the Unfiltered Studios network. And he explained on his podcast why eating it's not eating fish. It's you're not supposed to eat a warm-blooded animal. So under that rationale, you could eat a snake, huh?
Cold-blooded. I don't think Jesus is going to keep me out of heaven for eating a snake. I just don't. So I'm sorry.
Well, do you think he's really going to keep you out of heaven for eating some prime rib?
I don't think that's the point. I think the point is that now, do I have to get serious here or be the comedic side of it? Because I can
we want some nonsense, man.
Okay, well, let's put it this way, okay? Being the Lube Man and a snake slides or slithers, okay? So now the devil is the symbol as a snake. So eating the devil, is that, you tell me, is that good or bad? I don't know.
Well, my point is that of all the things the Catholics have done, I don't think eating meat on a fucking Friday is going to keep you out of heaven.
I think you're missing the point there, but I agree with you. I agree with you.
Basically the plot of Spotlight.
That you love for a long time and you give it up for 40 days. I mean, that's tough to do. It really is. And if you pick something that you're like steak or you pick, one year I picked chocolate. Oh my God. Impossible.
Sure.
But I tried. See, and that's the key thing. You got to try.
Okay, so I think you're missing my point here.
I am.
So I'm going to be very fucking literal, okay? I don't think eating red meat will keep those out of heaven who liked to molest the children. I think that might keep them out of heaven.
Are you talking about pink meat now and not red meat? I mean, you got to get specific here. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
All right. Well, Jesus was quoted, "Bring me the little children." That's what he said.
Oh, goodness. I don't think that's what he meant. but I wasn't there. I wasn't
oh,
there. I mean,
well,
you know,
that's what I read. Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah, I wasn't
some
there.
priest may take that literally. Saint Joe may take that literally. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, if you got a problem with that, people, it's Keblives, KEBLIVES on Twitter. Two questions I always ask people. Always get a good response. If you were to hit the lottery for $600 million tomorrow, what would you do?
Well, I would divorce. Well, I wouldn't even divorce my wife. I'd just leave her. I mean, I'd just pack
I'm
up and
out of
run.
here.
I'm out of here.
I'm out
You know,
of here.
maybe leave
Go
a
fuck
couple
yourself.
20s laying around on the floor. Or something, you know.
Yeah, this ain't working anymore. I'm out of
Yeah,
here.
no. Get that, honey. Here you go. Well, I used to work for a company. It was funny. This is when I've been in Florida that long that when it first came out, do you remember we voted to have the lottery
Right.
in here to quote? Oh, this will start another nightmare. To help the schools to
Right.
better education. You remember that?
Right.
Well, that's a joke in itself. Anyway, I worked for this big orange place, very famous place. Now it's a 2-word name, and you buy handy stuff and put stuff together and all that. And we were going around the break room one day, and they said, "Hey, man, if you win, what's the first thing you do?" And I says, "Well, I'll tell you the truth." I says, "I'd rent me a gigantic limo, and I'd be sitting in the sunroof there, and you guys would roll up the big entry door there in the lumber yard, and I would come through there, and I would have all these $1 bills that I'd be giving out everybody $1 bills. I'd be handing them out to everybody." And this girl stands up. She goes, "$1 bill, you cheap bastard!" And I looked right at her and I said, "That just for that, you're not getting one." So,
Did she not realize she was a stripper?
well, I didn't realize that's the problem. When I looked for
Ah, I got
people
you.
on the floor on the weekends, I couldn't find anybody. She's back there entertaining the other salespeople. So it was like,
Right.
so the guy thought I
Okay.
was mad when I caught him, and I said, "I'm not mad at you for doing that. I'm mad at you for not inviting me."
Gotcha. Gotcha. So, what would you do if you had $600 million?
600 million. Now, is that pre-tax or after tax?
That's what you get. Yeah, that's after tax. So we'll just
I
say it's a
bring home
billion.
600
It's a
million.
billion, and you're bringing home 600 million. And that sound that you hear right now is everybody clicking off, going, "What the fuck is this episode?"
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's cool.
It is cool, but I really don't know what I would do. I tell you the
Okay.
God's honest truth. Me and the old lady, we want to get an RV and travel the world and just shut off the TV and shut off the phones and enjoy nature. So I'd probably buy the biggest ass RV known to man,
Okay.
and then who knows what I'd do with the rest of it.
Yeah, I've gone on record by saying I'd get Guns N' Roses to play my birthday party.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, as one of your famous comedians said, he'd say, "Bro job." You get a bro job.
There's going to be a time where he comes back on here, but that's not tonight.
I
Second,
think the guy on Office Space had the best answer. I'd get 2 chicks at the same time.
yeah, 2 chicks at the same time. So, if you here's a loaded question for you, and this is the second question that I ask everybody. If you were elected president, what would you do first?
Well, I know you'd get rid of all speed bumps, so I'm not. That won't be my answer. I'll get rid
Well,
of.
well, mine is I have 3. So mine always the first one has always been, I don't know why everybody brings up the speed bumps because that's number 2. My first one is I put Kansas City fully in Kansas. And then I would outlaw the construction or installation and use of all speed bumps. I would also make it a federal offense to drive with your hazards on. And a fourth one that was reminding me today, but it's a really, really, really good one. I'm making a capital crime not to put your fucking shopping cart in the cart return. Especially those fuckers at Walmart. You know?
Well, what are they getting paid for? They're supposed to be doing it, and they're not doing it. So
Yeah,
what
but
are
it's
they
just
doing?
general courtesy. You got these fucking assholes over at Walmart that just leave their shit in the middle of a fucking good parking spot. So now I got to pull there. The parking lot is the worst part of fucking Walmart. It's
Evan,
the worst.
you got to understand something. These people they're very busy. They do not have time to put a shopping cart where it belongs. They're in a hurry.
Yeah, what are they in a hurry to get back to their fucking trailer with their wife in the moo that's cooking fucking stew?
Do you know how important it is to get home with a bag of Doritos? I mean, it's urgent.
Doritos are fucking expensive for those motherfuckers. They got like popcorners and shit.
Well, that's why I get them from the Dollar General. My Doritos and my Funyuns.
The Dollar General is the fucking store that nothing costs $1 in. You know what I'm saying? It generally is $1. Bullshit.
Well, the only reason I go there is because there's not a Buc-ee's around. That's all I can tell you.
Buc-ee's
There's a
is the
Buc-ee's
shit.
around. My car has an automatic stop on it.
Buc-ee's is the shit. And the North Florida area, I hear, is getting another one out Pecan Park Road.
Yes, and we're getting one up north my way. So up there north of the airport, going towards Savannah.
Right, Pecan Park Road.
Yeah, well, I don't know about no pecans. I can't eat nuts. You know what they do to me.
Okay. You know, in the 80s, nut allergies didn't exist. People just ate nuts.
These nuts? Or what? What nuts you talking about?
Some chicks did.
Yeah. Well, let me answer your question, okay? The first
sorry.
executive order I would do, because it's so important. I
It's
mean,
like day one.
top priority. I'd do it before I sworn in. That's how important it is.
I don't think that's I think that's against some sort of rule, possibly the Constitution.
I would make every medical facility that has the word urgent care, it has to take it down. And it will be renamed when we're damn good and ready to take care of it. Yep. That would be the first thing I would do. Okay. Because the word urgent, there is nothing urgent about what they're doing there.
Right.
Okay. And they're popping up everywhere. It's hilarious because we're just getting more urgent cares where you just get there and wait.
I knew a guy that would go to those urgent care things and tell them that they would have chest pains just so he could get back there. Because they'll take the heart attack people and just get back there. The doctor will be like, "Oh, you're having chest pains?" He's like, "Nah, I twisted my ankle."
Well, the trick is if you have to go to the emergency room, okay, if you have to, you call an ambulance.
Okay. Because
You
they'll
have
take you
to
right
be
in.
seen. Yeah, they have to because the ambulance crew can't leave until you've been seen by a doctor.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they'll get you. So let's say I pull a groin muscle, and it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I just pull a groin muscle, and I need to call an ambulance to get seen by the doctor quickly.
Well, first thing I would check is who's the doctor on duty.
Okay.
Okay. That I would call all the hospitals and ER and find out what doctor's on duty for a groin check. That's fact. I'm gonna find out which one I'm going to first.
Right.
Okay. And that's there's a couple over there on Middleburg, St. Vincent's there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't care what's wrong with me. That's where I'm going.
Okay. Why in Middleburg? For those of you that don't know, Middleburg is kind of like the how shall I put this without offending the people in Middleburg? Oh, fuck them. It's like the redneck fucking part of Jacksonville. It's basically, I'll tell you who lives out near fucking Middleburg is the Beebs.
Yep.
Yeah. He lives out
But
there.
in St. Vincent's defense, they're right on the edge of Jacksonville and Middleburg. They're right on the edge. So, I mean, they wanted to stay as close to Jacksonville as they could without, but they do have a Middleburg address. But I personally fell off a ladder a few years ago and had to go just before, I can't remember the name of the hurricane, but it was the day before I was cleaning my gutters. And that first aid person there, that lady doctor that took care of me in the ER was so nice. I had some serious pain the next day and I had to go back.
St. Vincent's, is that a Catholic institution?
That's a good question. I don't know if it's Baptist or Catholic. I think it's Catholic. I think it
Well, I'm
is.
definitely I'd be a little apprehensive to go to a Catholic medical institution. I'm definitely not letting my 15-year-old son go.
Why not?
Uh, the aforementioned reason.
Yeah, but Kevin, do you homeschool your kids?
Okay, it's Keb number
Yeah,
one.
that's what I said. Kev,
Okay,
do you
and
homeschool your kids?
I do not homeschool my kids now.
Okay, so you let them in the real world, right? You
Ish.
can't protect them from everything.
Right, but I'm going to protect them from the Catholics. God damn it!
Well, we don't all go around with collars on our necks, so how do you know who's Catholic and who's not?
I have a cat. What they call a Catholic dar.
Cadar.
It's like a radar. So I would feel like semi bad about talking like this. If I get so much shit about this when
Oh,
this
you
fucking
choking me.
airs, when this fucking airs. But you're Catholic, so it's like I could talk as much shit as I want. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? If anything, it just draws people to look up Catholic religion and look it up. God forbid they might become a Catholic. Who knows?
Sure, sure. We're having a little trouble hearing you. If you could sit over a little bit in front of your mic.
All right, how's that?
Oh, that's way better.
Okay.
Oh, that's way better. And by the way, I didn't tell you this before. This is an unfiltered podcast, so we don't cut any shit out.
Oh, hey. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, well, if I rip a big one,
yeah, so
you
we
don't.
fuck up. We just keep going and going and going.
Nice.
Yeah,
Not way. I mean,
it's not because I don't know how to edit. It's just that I don't fucking feel like it. You know, it's great and I don't want to do it. So we
dude,
just put it on there.
isn't it called unfiltered?
It is called unfiltered.
There you go. Take us
Yeah.
or leave us, man. It's real.
Sure. Yeah. So
There you go.
all right. So we're only halfway through the fucking episode. I haven't gotten to one of these fucking questions yet. So I'm gonna pick. This is always a crowd pleaser. This one right here, and interested in your take on this. Is cereal soup?
Cereal?
Cereal, like Fruit Loops or Special or Raisin Bran.
No, it's not a soup.
Then what is it?
It's a cereal.
Okay, but when you put it in the milk, does it become soup?
I'll tell you, it's a pain in the ass because I don't do the shopping. And the other day, my wife told me to pick up a box of Cheerios.
Okay.
I went to the cereal aisle, and there isn't just one box of Cheerios, dude. There's 40 different
Right.
Cheerios.
Right.
And I just started laughing. This lady comes, she goes, "What are you laughing about?" I go, "My wife wants a box of Cheerios. Could you pick one for me?" It's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, regular Cheerios. You got Honey Nut Cheerios. I think there's a Cheerios that's supposed to be like Fruit Loops, right?
I'm not exaggerating. There's over 40. I was going to take a picture and put it up
Wow.
for everyone to see. There's 40 different Cheerios:
Wow.
chocolate Cheerios, strawberry Cheerios, Cheerios with
So
nuts, Cheerios without nuts.
Cheerios with nuts. That can't be very good for those of us that have sugar issues.
Well, nuts don't have sugar.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Moving
Well,
on.
I told my girlfriend that all the time. There's no sugar involved. None.
Wait. You got a wife and a girlfriend?
Don't you? Doesn't everybody? I mean,
no.
my wife is a saint. There's certain things I can't do with my wife. She's going to heaven.
Like what?
Do we really want to go there?
Okay. Yeah. Right now, there's a couple people listening to this being like, "Don't say it," and there's one or two that are like, "Come on."
Yeah, man, let it out. Let it out.
Here, come on. So cereal's not soup.
As far as I'm concerned, because I love soup. I'll eat soup
Okay.
any time of the day or night, no matter how hot it is out. I love soup. So yeah, cereal's not soup.
Okay. Next question. What sport would be the funniest to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to?
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What one takes the most stick? Oh, it'd have to be gymnastics. could you see a drunk person on the parallel bars or the uneven bars or that the balancing beam? Oh yeah,
That's borderline dangerous.
gymnastics, babe. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that would be. Oh yeah, that would be on like the movie Jackass. That's definitely that's a winner.
What about if they added alcohol to tennis? Those guys would be following around, fucking whiffing at the fucking ball and shit.
Tennis is boring. I mean, my freaking neck hurts back for that. It's yeah.
Okay. Well, they already added alcohol to golf. It actually makes me play golf better.
Yeah, I know a guy that drives better when he's drunk.
Yeah, because he doesn't give a shit. All of his inhibitions are gone. So,
That's
so
it.
people
That's
tend to.
that's why I smoke weed before I go to work every day. I tell the boss. Now I'm so even feel that. It's so good.
Okay, so we don't condone the use of drugs here, but he doesn't do drugs. He smokes weed.
Exactly. I don't do drugs. I smoke weed.
I smoke weed.
Come on, man.
That might be a line from a famous movie with Dave Chappelle in it.
It might be.
Would you rather have no nose or no arms?
Have you seen my nose?
I'm looking at it right now.
I mean, to take a quote from the Odd Couple way back when. Okay, when I look up, it looks like a 2-car garage. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would.
You know what?
It would,
Talk about the Odd Couple. We were trying to figure out, me and a guy. You know, I'm 47 years old. A guy that I hang with during the day. He's 58, and we couldn't for the life of us remember. And you're gonna spit it right out, I know, but we couldn't for the life of us. We're talking
Oscar.
about what was the other one's name? We couldn't remember the other guy's name. We can remember Oscar, but we couldn't remember the other guy's name.
Oh, you're killing me. This isn't right.
You know what? It just came to me. Felix.
Felix
Is his name. What a great name. Felix is a great name. All right. No nose or no arms?
No nose.
No nose. You got to have your arms.
I got it.
Okay.
How am I going to lift a beer?
Which do you think that cavemen had nightmares about cave women?
I think cavemen had nightmares about dinosaurs. I mean, okay. I mean, no, hell, they beat the shit out of them. And why would they have nightmares about them? They drug them around by their hair and clubbed them and shit. I mean, no, I didn't have nightmares about that. I had nightmares by being stuck by a T-Rex.
Sure. What would be your weapon of choice in a zombie apocalypse?
Well, I'm stealing something from I can't remember the name of the show, but they did where they give the guys a week to put a gun together for a certain need, and they did it, and it was a zombie apocalypse. They put the best gun in the world for a zombie apocalypse.
Okay,
And
you know what show was Walking Dead?
well, there's no doubt that if you had a gun, the 22 would be the best one to use because it'll penetrate and kill. And the bullets are so small, you can carry thousands of them.
Right.
And so it's just something with a canister. It's got like 500 in them. And just 22 shoot everybody. You just got to shoot them in the head. That's all.
I'm trying to remember what show that was from.
I'll think of it.
It's not Walking Dead. It's definitely not Walking Dead.
No. It was a gun show. The Gunsmith.
Okay.
It actually was a gun show. So
I
what the
got
guy did was he had a 22 and with a 500 round canister on it, and the other side was a grenade launcher. So when they were going to overpower him, he could clear the way a little bit.
Right. You know what? That leads me to another question. I don't even have this written down. I just want to piss some people off. I haven't pissed anybody off in a while. Could you name the top 3 best hour-long shows ever? But here's one caveat. They have to be be currently on TV. So like Yellowstone, you can't have that on there. So the top 3 best hour-long shows ever.
Well, again, this is me personally, right?
Yeah, you personally.
Okay. Well, number one, without a doubt, back when I was growing up, was the Jonathan Winters show.
Okay.
And Jonathan Winters would go up in his attic, and the producers would put all kinds of boxes of stuff up there, unrehearsed, unscripted. And that man went up there for an hour and just grabbed stuff and off the cuff told jokes for an hour.
Sure.
Absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, if people out there don't know who Jonathan Winters is, fucking Google it, you fucking morons. Everybody knows who Jonathan Winters is. If you don't, you fucking idiots.
Well, if you want to know where what's his name? Morgan Mindy, Robin Williams,
Yeah.
where he got his creativity from. He got mentored by Jonathan Winters. So that to tell you something.
So that's number one.
That is definitely number one.
Okay.
Number two would be a series called Soap. It was starring Billy Crystal and a bunch of other people, and they were way ahead of their time. You think Archie
I'm pretty
Bunker
sure
was ahead of his time?
I'm pretty
These
sure Ted
people-
Knight was in that show too.
Ted Knight was it?
Ted Knight was in that show.
Yep. And these people talked about homosexuality. They talked about everything, and it was hilarious. And that was a great show.
For those people who don't know who Ted Knight is, there are two things. Number one, he was the original voice of the Justice League cartoon back in the late 70s, early 80s, which was hilarious. And it didn't work out, and they switched to him really quick. And when I say this, you're going to know why they switched it, because he's more famously known as the judge from the movie Caddyshack. You know,
Well, we're waiting.
you know, and he didn't do, you remember the guy from the Justice League? He was like, back at the Hall of Justice, and Ted Knight just couldn't do that, but all right. So that was two, a Soap. Number three.
Now, this isn't a series, it's a movie. Does that count?
Yeah, that's fine.
The movie 300.
Oh, you like that movie? Little
Oh my
Gerard
God.
Butler?
I've only watched it 6,000 times.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You're ready to get pissed off?
Well, can I tell you why? I mean,
Go
I've never
ahead,
seen
go
a movie
ahead.
with so many guys with six-pack abs. I mean, it was I was questioning my homosexuality.
Now I get why you call yourself the Lube Man.
Oh, he's nailed it. He's nailed it.
Now I get it. I have never made it through that entire movie.
Well, you want me to talk you through it right now? I know every line. I mean, I can
Okay.
start.
Yeah, no, thanks.
Leonidas, the man.
Okay.
300.
So you're not do you remember the show WKRP in Cincinnati?
Absolutely. With that
I
big,
love
beautiful
that.
blonde there.
I love that fucking show.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
nice.
I love that show. But you were a big Sopranos fan?
I liked it. But I mean, Goodfellas is probably my favorite movie when it comes to
Right.
something like that. But it was okay. I mean, I watched it. I loved it, but it wasn't on top. I mean, I loved how they just didn't like somebody. They just pop them like Hillary Clinton. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that? Did you? But
Wait, you don't like the Clintons?
I didn't say I didn't like them, but I'm not going to cross them because the people that cross them end up dead.
Yeah. See Vincent Foster.
I mean, I'm crazy, but I ain't stupid.
Okay. You know what? Let me ask you this. You drive around a lot, yes?
About 22,000 miles a year.
Okay. Do you have an opinion on the best fast food restaurants?
Well, that would be the second thing I would change if I was president. Okay, the same
Okay.
day, first day, is they can't be called fast food.
Fast food
restaurants.
anymore, right?
Fast has got to go.
There's no such thing as fast food anymore.
No such thing. And now, if you want to talk about restaurants with a drive-through, yeah, I would say my favorite. Well, can we talk categories? Because I mean, like, if you're talking,
Yeah, going back to the no such thing as fast food anymore. I think they shouldn't be called fast food restaurants. They should be called restaurants with drive-throughs. Yeah, because not every you get Chili's or Outback or whatever. They don't have drive-throughs; they have takeout. But you go to McDonald's, Taco Bell, whatever. They all have drive-throughs. I mean, they're not fast food anymore. I mean, the only one that's anywhere near fast is Chick-fil-A.
If you go to the right one.
If you go to the right one.
Yeah.
Luckily,
Well,
the one by us is pretty quick.
see, I have a rule. And since COVID has, God forbid, has taken over the world, which we can talk another subject about that. Since some people just crawled out from underneath a rock and figured out it came from the Wuhan, China lab.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just figured it out.
That was straight from the No Shit Sherlock files.
What is it? Captain Obvious. Captain Obvious.
Yeah.
But I don't think they should be allowed to have drive-throughs anymore, because if you actually know what they're doing to your food in there, you would never go through the drive-through again. I want to see what they're doing to my food when I order it.
Okay.
So they need to get rid of that. No more fast food, no more drive-throughs.
What about drive-ins like the old school days? No, you don't like that either because you can't see them making your food. Well, I mean, if you go to Chili's or Outback, you can't see them making your food either.
Okay, but those kind of companies have a little bit of employees that are loyal, that have been there longer, they're paid better, they care more, they show up for work every day, not just once in a while. Or the kid that just got hired and is making $15 an hour, and he just started today, but he's the cook. So hey, whatever comes out, comes out. Yeah, it's scary. Scary, dude.
So what you're
Absolutely.
saying is that full service restaurants, they have more adults working there?
No, I didn't. No, I'm not going to pick on an age now. I'm going to
Okay.
pick on professionalism. That's what I'm going to
Ah,
pick on. Professionalism.
okay.
The guy that drops the steak on the floor and says, "Oh, it gives it a little flavor," throws it back on the grill. Yeah,
You
go
know,
for it.
I worked in a restaurant a lot of years, and and I'm not saying I can say with a straight clear conscience that I never fucked with somebody's food. I can't say that I never saw it done. You know what I'm saying? I can't say personally that I didn't do it,
That's fair.
I have seen it. I have seen it done.
Well,
So
I
I
can say with 100% fact that I've never pissed in the soup. Okay, I never pissed in the soup. I know that.
yeah, I just I don't get why you would with the hospitality industry anyway, why you would go someplace like that and fuck with somebody that works there. I just don't get that. Anybody that takes care of anything, it's kind of
You
like
want to talk
the
about
plot and the
self-indulgence? It's like jerking off. Okay, you're the only one who knows you did it. You're the only one that's satisfied. So if you're gobbing on somebody's hamburger,
right.
they don't know you did it. So
Sure.
are you really ruining their day or what? I mean, so it's only self gratification. So
Sure. So
um,
if you had categories of quick service or whatever restaurants, what would be your favorite?
well, hands down, Chick-fil-A is in another world
Yeah,
when it comes to speed. I mean,
sure.
that's why I don't mind paying $8 for a small piece of chicken.
Right.
Okay, but
Now, does that matter? Like, if they have good, do you go to some place they have good service or good food?
I'm all about the food.
Okay.
All I know are slow, but if the food's great, who cares?
Right. So who has the best food? Shine the service here. Who has the best food?
What category?
Fast food.
Fast food, best food. I love Arby's curly fries.
Okay. Okay.
Love their curly fries. I love McDonald's straight fries. And then there's a little guy down on the corner there, gives you a little extra 20 if you give him something, at that little coach stand there. That guy.
Okay.
He's
What
my
about
favorite.
what's the favorite? What's the best burger?
Well, Five Guys didn't give me the shits. I'd say Five Guys. Because as far as taste goes, I think they got a really good burger, but boy, do I pay for it.
Right.
So on that category,
I would say Five Guys as well. Um, and I'm just telling to the people listening out in listening land, if you ever go to Chili's, I'm just telling you this from somebody that used to work there. Don't get anything that they have to put on a flat top grill. You know, if you don't know what goes on a flat top grill, again, Google is at everybody's disposal. You know, the amount of people that ask me a fucking question that they could have taken 30 seconds out of their day and Googled it and not have to bother me, you know, because if they ask me a stupid question, you know this, I love making a fool out of fucking people, you know. So Google is at everybody's disposal. You know, learn how to use it, you fucking people. Don't get anything that goes on a flat top grill at Chili's. I'm just
Well,
saying,
it
if
blew
you
my mind that they Chili's baby back ribs and stuff, and they don't have a grill. I was like, "Are you kidding? You don't have a grill?"
you know what they do cook that in, right?
Well, it was my understanding of frying pan.
Now they have a smoker.
Oh,
They
come on!
smoke.
I ordered their fajitas, and they're not even.
No, not in their fajitas. Their baby back ribs come out of a smoker.
Well, their baby ribs are good,
Yeah, they come out of a smoker. They're good. They're good.
but like grilled chicken or anything like that, it ain't grilled.
Yeah. No, next food question, real quick. I forget. Best taco.
Oh well, I can only speak for Jacksonville.
Okay.
That's Nacho Taco down there by the hospital downtown,
Down by Baptist downtown.
by St. Vincent's.
Oh, in
Down
Riverside.
off of Stockholm Street, I believe it is. Nacho Taco.
Stockton Street.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You
Exactly.
said Stockholm. Stockholm's a fucking
no,
city in Sweden.
Stockton. Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Okay. There's a guy I know that swears up and down there's this place in St. Augustine's get the best tacos in Florida. For the life of me, I can't remember the name. Even if I could remember the name, I wouldn't say it because they don't pay me any fucking money to advertise. But it swears up and down it's the best taco in Florida. And when he tells me this, I'm usually like, "Have you had every taco in Florida?" You know, so that's kind of a ridiculous statement to say the best taco in Florida if you haven't tried them all, because you can't make that statement, right?
Well, I'll just make a statement. I love tacos.
Oh, me too. Oh my God, do I love tacos?
And I'll just leave it like that.
We can't do it without this category. We'll end on this for this food segment. Best pizza.
Moon River.
Moon River
Hands down.
over Murray Hill.
Oh yeah. Well, they got one up in Fernandina too. That's his other brother that owns that one.
For the people who don't live in Jacksonville, when do you know what I'm talking about when I say fast food pizza, like the big boxes, Papa John's, Domino's, you know, the national chains?
Well, the who's that black gentleman that is a CEO now for a company, and he's got his own pizza called the Shack.
I don't know who you're talking about.
You don't know who I'm talking about? The Shack.
Oh yeah.
That pizza's good. See, because I'm an old pizza guy. I liked extra sauce,
right?
Really flavorful pepperoni, and that pizza's got it.
So, what's your favorite style? New York, Chicago, Detroit?
New York style for sure.
Yeah, the thin,
little crispy, yeah, crunchy in the mouth. Yep.
Okay. Do you like the big oversized slices, or just like the one where you can hold it in one hand? Or
are we talking about pizza now?
I tried to set you up for that one.
Well, there's a place in Brandon, Florida, just outside of Tampa. If you ever get down, I don't even know what's still there right now, but it's called Babe's Pizza.
Okay.
And they do a double decker, a pizza on top of a pizza.
Nice.
And it is incredible.
Got to be a thick motherfucker.
Yep. Oh yeah, you can go out of there with a 35-pound pizza. It's crazy.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. You know what? I can't end the food thing without asking this. What is your favorite of national chains now? Because we got a lot of people that listen to this don't live in Jacksonville. Of national chains, what's the favorite steak?
Mine.
The one you cook on your grill?
The one from Sam's Club, baby, that I cook on my grill. Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
And if people don't know what Sam's Club is where you can buy a shitload of Walmart shit.
For cheaper.
Yeah, you can buy a shitload.
National chain. This is hit or miss because depending on what city I'm in, because I travel a lot.
Okay.
Outback Steakhouse is really good for the price.
Sure.
But again, it's hit or miss. I've been to some really, really good ones, and I've been to some absolutely, I just ate my shoe ones.
Sure. Sure.
So, yeah.
We're always, me and the soon to be world famous wife are always partial to Longhorn.
Same thing. Hit or
Yeah.
miss.
Sure.
Hit or miss. But yeah, I do
they're all
like
hit or
Longhorn.
miss.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
so.
But once I find a favorite, I stick to it.
Okay. Back to the fun questions here that have no rhyme or reason. If you could be in any movie, what would it be, and which character would it be?
I want to be in 300, and I want to be the guy with the humpback.
The humpback?
I want to be the guy that rats out the 300, and he asks them to live forever because he just ratted out his nation. Yeah, that's what I want to be, because some naked women and stuff are all over him and everything. That's what he wanted. The devil. He wanted the devil.
This will be no surprise to any of our listeners, and possibly you. Mine would be Star Wars, and I would like to play the part of Darth Vader. He's the best part of Star Wars.
Well, he is. You'd fit him perfectly. Perfectly.
Yeah. What
Go
is
fuck
the
yourself, Keb? Go fuck yourself. I am your father.
That's a pretty horrible impression.
I never said I was good.
Okay. What
I'm
is
just
the
slippery.
You are the Lube Man.
I am the Lube Man.
What is the worst / most annoying catchphrase?
Is what it is.
That's mine too. I fucking hate that.
It is what it is.
And I, you know what? I don't like it too when people call me bro. You know, like a guy that I work with, he's like, I'll say something just to irritate him. I'll be like, "Hey, you feel me?" And he's like, "I feel you, bro." You know, I'm like, "Dude, shut the fuck up." You know, I mean, that coming out of like a 25-year-old's mouth, I would get it. You know what I'm saying? If like my son said that to me, I would get it. But this is a guy pushing 60, you know, telling me that he's gonna feel me, bro. You know,
Well,
I mean,
I
he's
just
got
feel
some
like it is what it is.
tendencies.
It's kind of like, next question, please. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
it is what it
ridiculous.
is. You know, what is the worst song ever?
Well, if Roseanne Barr's singing it, it's the national anthem.
Right. Well, who was worse, her or Carl Lewis? Carl Lewis was pretty bad too.
Yeah, but see,
Yeah.
Carl Lewis, that was his real voice. Roseanne just did that for the attention.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So, worst song ever. I can't think of it. I know it right now because every time I hear it, I turn the channel. What song is that? Can we come back to that? Let me think.
Sure. Mine is What Does the Fox Say?
Oh,
It's pretty bad.
well, my kids weren't. My kids were grown when that came out, so I
Sure.
really didn't have to hear it a whole lot.
Well, mine were like 7 and 8. Yeah. So, you know, what does the fox say?
See, you hate it so much, you got to do it.
Oh yeah, I do. I know. You know, I know what the fox says. He says, "Go fuck yourself." What is the most boring sport? I will tell you what the majority of Americans will say. They'll say golf. You know, to watch on TV. I disagree. I think it's hockey.
Depends on if you ask in the South or the North. You ask people in the North, they're going to say NASCAR.
Yeah, NASCAR is not boring.
It is to them. They just go around a circle. They think it's useless and there's no point to it. And why am I?
Yeah, but these are people also that think it's fucking smart to live in a place that's sub below zero for fucking 10 months out of the fucking year. You know, if they had any sense, they would move out of that tundric fucking climate and move to somewhere smart, you know, that doesn't have that shit. That's, you know, so I don't.
Well, we're going to have to agree to disagree here, because I mean, it takes a certain intelligence to be out in minus 20 degrees without a shirt on. I mean, it takes
without a shirt. Yeah, it does take. Yeah, ask the people in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Yeah, it takes some
Yeah.
intelligence to do that. Hey, I'm going to the
Sure.
urgent care tomorrow. I'm sick.
Yeah. It's kind of like who was that president who, because of his ego, didn't wear a coat and wound up getting pneumonia and dying a month into his term. I think it was Zachary Taylor. I'm pretty sure it was Zachary Taylor, but I'm sure that if I'm wrong, some listener out there who knows how to use Google will tell me that I'm wrong.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, I'm quite certain that they will. What instrument do you think is the most annoying?
Not mine. Uh, Probably the pan flute.
The pan flute.
Pan flute.
I'm
You
not
know,
quite certain what the pan flute is.
well, just picture a fairy going around with the little L socks on, doing the floaty thing with the pan
Okay.
flute. Yeah, I think that's right up there.
Okay. We got 2 questions left here. Okay.
All right.
What's the most useless word?
Most useless word. Wow. I got so many neat things going through my head right now. It's
Right.
good. I think the word okay is useless because you need to be more specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think okay is how you doing? Okay. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay. What the hell does
Yeah.
that mean? What does okay mean?
All right.
How about the best word? You want to go
What
either? What's the best word?
the best word is either fuck or cunt.
Fuck. Fuck,
Yeah, it's gotta be.
hands down is the greatest word
It just
ever
it
made.
just it just makes you feel better when you say it. You know what I'm saying? You stub your toe. You know what fuck is? Fuck is like you ever seen the movie Donnie Brasco?
I can't say I have.
Okay, well, up in the north, like in the mafia days, they would always say "forget about it,"
Yeah,
and
yeah.
"forget about it" meant like 90 different things. That's where "fuck" is. Like you stub your toe, fuck. But you also see like a really pretty woman or a really handsome man walking down, you're like, fuck. I mean, it's got many different meanings. It's the best word out there. I just like saying the word cunt because it's of its shock value, because everybody outside of Great Britain is afraid of the fucking word, and it's like a cardinal sin if you call somebody that. So fuck them.
Well, I got a great story about that. That was actually my daughter's first word.
What, fuck or cunt?
Fuck.
Uh,
I'm in the kitchen working on some dessert or dinner, whatever, and I hear my wife screaming like a glass break or something, like a light bulb or something, and I hear her cussing. The next thing I know, my daughter walks out. She comes right to me and goes, "Fuck, fuck, fuck," and I go, "What?" And she said it again. So I grabbed her hand. I said, "Come here, let's go talk to mommy." So he walked in the door, and I says, "Megan, tell mommy what you just heard." She goes, "Fuck, fuck, fuck," and I looked at my wife and I go, "You must be so proud." My daughter's first word.
Nice. Nice. Okay. Last question. You ready?
I am.
Okay. What is the most, and I've asked this before to some guests. I'm interested in what is the most useless invention of all time? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
The clapper.
The clapper?
Clapper. No, useless. Let's see. Is sex toys allowed to be used in this?
Yeah, but I don't see how those are useless.
Okay, well, I was going to say more useful than others. I just thought of my song, worst song
Okay.
ever.
What is the worst?
Snow, that Christmas song, Snow.
Okay. Not
Oh
not
my God. If I
not
ever hear
familiar
that
with that.
song again, I will kill myself.
I don't know if I'm familiar with that.
Oh my, well, you want me to sing a few bars?
No, I'm good.
No, I don't want
You
to
know
do
what?
that.
I know how to use Google.
There, there you
Like
go.
these fucking morons that fucking ask questions that don't need to be asked. People just want to bother you just to be bothering you. They think it's like, if I know I'm not one to talk, but those people that like to hear them fucking selves talk, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
They're just coming up
mhm.
to you and asking you, hey, what's my thing? Hey, do you know what 100 plus 200 is? Fucking, everybody's got a motherfucking phone. Use your fucking
Do I look
calculator.
like Siri?
Yeah, seriously. So what do you think Siri looks like?
She's got to be hot,
You think
but
so?
she talks too much. You know what I mean? So I
She
kind of want to
does.
put a sock in her mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I feel you.
Yeah,
Just a sock. I mean, you're the lube man.
that's all. Well, no, see, I mean, while other things are happening, I just don't want to hear it.
Okay. So that brings me to going off of that. Yeah. So what you're saying is women talk too much?
I said Siri talks too much.
Is
And
Siri a
whenever I
woman?
stand and say,
Wait.
I
Is
say,
Siri a woman or
call
non-binary
Daniel
or?
Johnson. Call Daniel Johnson.
Okay.
Okay, calling Daniel Smith. No, call Daniel Johnson. Okay, calling Daniel Smith. No, please call Daniel Johnson. Okay, we're calling Daniel Smith. Sock in the mouth.
Right. Um, my favorite is okay. So I have in my car. I have I have an iPhone, and in my car I have this thing called Apple CarPlay, right? And I mean a lot of people have it, so it's not nothing special. But like if you hit like the right like lower left hand button, it'll bring Siri up, right? And you have a thing on your steering wheel too, but it's just easier. I'm just used to hitting it on the thing, right? It'll bring Siri up, and I'll be like, call my sister, and then Siri will go, "What do you want to tell your sister?" I'm like, "Call her."
Oh my God.
And just sometimes I think that there can be too much technology. But if they want us to be able to talk or text or anything like that, they'll figure out a way, even if you're behind the wheel of a car.
My best friend has got on. He goes, "Hey Siri, what's a blowjob?" And she goes, "Oh no, not that question again."
What I would I tell you what's funny. I challenge everybody. Anybody has an iPhone out there or any Apple product that has Siri, ask her or them to tell you a story. And they'll go, and I'm sure you've heard it before, and it'll go into this like loop of tell me the fucking story. Well, haven't I told you before? No, I want to hear the fucking story. Finally, after about the 10th time of asking, you'll finally get the fucking story.
To me, the third executive order I would do on day one.
Okay.
Okay. When you're done with a commercial call, you get to hang up right away. You can't say, "Is there anything else I could do for you today?" Well, we really appreciate you being with us for 25 years. And if you just hold on, we got a quick shut the fuck up.
Right.
You got to
Do
hang
your
up right
survey.
away. That's the third thing.
I, I I don't want to do your survey, you fucking
No.
morons. On that note, my friend, we are out of time. Do you have any place on social media yet that they can, or do you still want to be the urban legend?
I'm going to stay the urban legend and let's see how this rolls.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see how it rolls.
We're glad that we got the urban legend. We want to thank you for joining us. If you hold right there, I got a little house cleaning that I got to do here.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, no problem at all. You're welcome. You're welcome anytime.
I just slid right in at a moment's notice.
Yeah, you did. You bailed us out, and we had a good time. So hold right there. But that's the Lube Man right there, and we want to thank him for joining us tonight. Hey, at Unfiltered Studios, we got a full lineup for you, starting every Monday with St. Joe. He's nailing it. Nailed it with St. Joe's on Monday. On Tuesdays, it's Pedals of Support with Mama D. On Wednesdays, and today's Wednesday, hopefully you're listening to yours truly here. My name is Kev. This is Kev Unfiltered. On Thursdays, we do have Finding your way with the Beeb. Great, encouraging stories and practical talk there. On Fridays, currently don't have a podcast in the lineup, so or an Unfiltered Studios podcast in the lineup. So what I want you to do is I want you to kick it over. I want you to listen to the Two Penny Podcast with Jay and Mike, the good friends of the Unfiltered Studios family, and really funny stuff over there. What you go listen to, that's the Two Penny with Mike and Jay. And speaking of Jay, I do want to give a shout out to Jay, and thank you very much. He recorded some promos for us, was very, very nice and very quick with those. So we appreciate that too, Jay. So for this episode, I do want to thank the Lube Man for joining me. And next week, we got another great guest for you if he doesn't fucking cancel. But that should work very well. And we're looking forward to having another great guest for you next week. So for the Lube Man, for everybody at Unfiltered Studios, my name is the Keb, and we'll catch you guys next week.
The opinions on this podcast may strike some listeners as vulgar, offensive, or, worst of all, serious. Please adjust your expectations and interpretations accordingly. In other words, lighten the up. For all other concerns, complaints, and court documents, please direct those towards the nearest brick wall. Thank you for listening.
This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.